let's rewind 3 or 4 years ago when the world seemed like it was about to end and we were all sheltering in place. One of my friends told me that she admired my sense of purpose, which was wild because your girl was struggling. But today, we're going to get into it and why she saw purpose in me, how you can live in purpose, even when you're feeling lost. But before we get into it, make sure you hit subscribe so that we can continue to be in community and do this journey of self-discovery together. So, back to what I was talking about. My friend said that she admired my sense of purpose. And when I say I was struggling during this time, I was struggling. I'm a teacher by trade, and at this time I had just got laid off, so I was unemployed. I was starting a lash line because your girl loves the lashes. And I was still doing web design, I was doing brand design. Oh, I had just started to coach entrepreneur women of faith in their businesses. So I had a lot going on. I was really trying to just figure things out. And what she saw as purpose was really showing up in my gifts. That's the secret to living in your purpose, even when you're feeling lost. It's by showing up in your gifts. Because what is purpose if it's not showing up in your gifts specifically for the benefit of others? Well, when we try to show up in our gifts solely for ourselves or for our own benefit, we don't flourish because that's not how we were designed. And I know, and trust me, I know when you're feeling lost, it's hard to know what to focus on. But honestly, it doesn't even really matter what you focus on. I know that sounds crazy. You're like, girl, I just need some direction. But stick with me here. When you're feeling lost, it's not so much about what you do, but that you do something. When we feel lost, we are often stuck in indecision, stagnation, analysis paralysis, just trying to figure out, like, I want my next step to be the right step. And so your next best step is to use the gifts that God has given you, to show up in those gifts and start exploring and start using those gifts in ways that you haven't before. If you've ever been in Girl Scouts or camping or anything like that, they often say, oh, if you're lost, just stay there and somebody will find you. But baby girl, this is not camping. No one's coming to save you, right? You have to do the work yourself. Yes, there will be people there to support you. I'm here, hello, right? We on this journey together, but you have to find it in yourself to get going, right? To kick start it off. And as you move, all the pieces will align, right? Everything that you need will fall into place, right? Your gifts will make room for you. I get it. You're like, but I still need something to focus on. Remember in the last video when I told you to choose one space that you want to focus on? We are setting the compass to that direction, and we are going to create a destination goal or outcome goal, if you will. An outcome goal is an intention for where you want to be. It is a theory about a space that you think you might love, right? Remember our process of being in praxis, right? We start with the theory. And this theory, we're calling an outcome goal. An outcome goal is probably what you're most familiar with when people say, oh, I'm gonna set a goal. I want to lose weight. I want to get better with money. I want to fix my house. I want to do all the things, right? A goal, whatever the goal is. But with an outcome goal, it's a SMART goal. If you haven't heard of a SMART goal, it just means that it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So we're going to do a brief review about what SMART goals are. So it is something specific. If you just say, oh, I want to improve my health, what does that mean? Improve your health how? Right? So something specific. I want to lose weight. Right? That is something specific. We want to make it measurable. How much weight do you want to lose? I want to lose 20 pounds. We want to make it achievable. 20 pounds is an achievable goal. You can look around and see people have lost that. Is it relevant? Yes, because it's something that's important to you. It's not something arbitrary that someone gave you and said, oh, you should work on this. This should be your goal. It's something that comes from inside, right? Something intrinsic to you. And then finally, time bound. I got you on the time bound. We are all setting a goal for ourselves together. So we're currently in quarter one, and we're gonna set this goal of what we can do by the end of quarter two, right? So that's June 30th. Let me give you this little caveat. I don't want you to be so focused on the goal, on the outcome, on the destination, that you miss the journey. The lesson is in the journey, right? It is in the reflection that happens during that time. What have I learned about myself? What are my triggers? What helps me thrive? What is a stumbling block? It's learning all those things about yourself. What do I really love? Right? What do I enjoy doing? What do I really not enjoy doing? So it's figuring out all of those things. In the grand scheme of things, please don't bite my head off when I say this. It doesn't matter if you reach the goal or not. It is you setting that direction that's going to move you out of this feeling this stuck. You may achieve the goal, and that's awesome, that's wonderful, and you may not, but you learned along the way. It's really about creating momentum and exploring so you could get a better sense of yourself. The more that you know yourself, the more that you can walk with confidence in your purpose. Again, we're defining purpose as showing up in your gifts for the benefits of others. In my last video, we chose the space, right? That was the destination that you're going to. Now, in this video, we are building the itinerary, right? This is your outcome goal. This is your SMART outcome goal. You know, I'm always going to give you an action step. I'm a teacher. You got homework. You know this. I want you to do a little research. Last week, you chose the destination. This week, we are creating an itinerary to get to that destination. So this is like saying, oh, I want to go to Spain. Well, where are we going in Spain? I want to go to Barcelona during the summer for a week. I want you to get real specific about this goal. Last week, many of you said that the space that you want to focus on is financial. So we're going to use this as an example. What area of finances do you want to focus on? Are you trying to pay down debt? Are you trying to earn more income? Are you trying to increase your credit score? Right? Are you trying to build and stick to a budget? Get real specific about it. And we want to make sure this is both measurable and achievable. And so this is where the research is going to come in. Because we already set the time, right? So June 30th. What is a realistic goal between now and then? If you say, oh, I want to save $100,000, but you're only making $50K a year, that may not be a realistic goal, right? That may not be something achievable that you can do by June 30th. Do a little research and give yourself a measurement of success. How will you know if you reach this goal, right? And make sure that it is realistic. It is something that is achievable. The relevant part of it may be a little bit harder to figure out. This is where you have to do some self-reflection. Do I want this goal because someone told me I should, or is this something I really want? For finances, most of us is something that we really want, so that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. But say if you had a different type of goal. Say if you wanted to focus on the mental space and said, I want to have a morning routine where I meditate and do yoga and all the things. I don't know, whatever people do in their morning routines. Is that something you really want? Do you even like yoga? Are you an early morning person? Maybe a night routine might be better. I don't know. So this is something that you need to do some self-reflection and make sure that this goal is something that's actually really relevant to you. And then the time-bound part, we already got this. Whatever your goal is, we're setting the intention that we can accomplish it by June 30th. Oftentimes, we overestimate what we can do in the short term and underestimate what we can do in long term. I want you to create an ideal week. Thinking about all the responsibilities that you currently have, put those on the calendar. I find that the easiest way to do this is in Google Calendar, but if you're more of a pencil paper person, you can do that as well.
So here's a look at my ideal calendar. So I put the things on it, like I'm a teacher, and so I have my work hours that are from 8 to 4. And then I put my sleep, because sleep is important. I do need my 8 hours. And then I built my schedule around that, right? So on Sundays, I have church from 9 to 11. I put that in the calendar. my fitness goals, right? I have my gym visits in the morning, and then I run 3 days a week. So I put that in the calendar. I make sure to even schedule time to get dressed, right? To be mindful of where's my time actually going. My quiet time, right? One of my goals is to just increase in my intimacy with God, right? Over this year. And so I built out a habit goal. We'll get into that in the next video, but where my quiet time is scheduled every day. I have my mental goal of setting systems up or refining the systems that I have set up. So I have my weekly preview scheduled out, right? Maintaining my home. I have my weekly deep cleaning, my gardening, my laundry is scheduled in, all of the things, right? Caring for myself. And so all of that is in one color. This is if my week went how I wanted it to go, this is everything that I would want to fit in. But there are also other events that come up that are not a part of your regular schedule. So I just put those in my general calendar, and that will be a different color. And so this way, when you are thinking about your goal, you can see what you actually have to do and just saying, oh yeah, I'll give it an hour. Well, no, what time will that hour be? What time do you have time to put that hour in? So all the things that you want to get done, put them in your calendar in an ideal week. You may see I have a lot going on, but I've worked my way up to this point where I can have this many goals, and I have, to a large extent, built the discipline to follow this. No, I'm not perfect every week, but I understand, and this is a reminder of what I have to do, of what I desire to do. So this just helps to create that intentionality that you may need.
Write out all of the things that have a hard time, right? Maybe you have work from 9 to 5. Put that in your calendar. Maybe you have Sunday dinner at your parents'. Put that in your calendar. Maybe you have to take your kid to soccer practice on Saturday mornings. Put that in your calendar. All the big things, all the concrete things that you have to do in your life that are time bound, put those in your calendar first. Then look at all the space that you have left. Think about your goal, and I want you to spend at least, you're welcome to spend more, but find at least 1 hour in your week where you can focus your energy on doing that goal or setting yourself up to do that goal. For example, if your goal is to create a budget, right? Find 1 hour in your week where you can create a money date, where you can actually go over your finances. Right? If your goal is to increase your salary, maybe spend 1 hour a week of researching positions or researching negotiation tactics, right? So whatever it is, find 1 hour in your week that you will devote a specific time, not just saying, oh, I'm gonna give an hour to this. No, put it in your calendar. This time is dedicated to working on my outcome goal, okay? Between today, which is what? February 14th. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, guys. You're truly my loves. I'm so sorry. I should have started with that. But we're going to show ourselves some loves this week, and we're going to dedicate 1 hour in your calendar after you've put all of your responsibilities on your ideal week. Find 1 hour in which that you can focus on whatever your goal is. Okay? This week, we're going to spend that hour researching our SMART goal, right? Making sure that it is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound by June 30th, right? Our collective goal. I think that's it for this week. You have your work cut out for you. You have an ideal week to map out so that you can create a space that you love. Until next week, stay intentional.